hackers. Those shadowy keyboard warriors who make the government sweat more than a politician caught deleting emails. From digital escape artists to full-blown cyber villains, these folks have given the FBI, NSA, and even the KGB some serious migraines. Ever heard of Kevin Mitnick, the guy turned phone hacking into an art form? Or Gary McKinnon, who broke into NASA looking for UFOs? Because, apparently, the X-Files wasn't convincing enough. So, buckle up, like this video, and hit the subscribe button because we're diving into the wild world of cyber outlaws, where the only thing faster than their typing speed is their ability to disappear. Kevin Mitnick, FBI's most wanted hacker. All right, who here has ever been on the FBI's most wanted list? No one? Yeah, I figured. If you were, you wouldn't be sitting here hearing me ramble. You'd be too busy switching burner phones like a paranoid drug lord. But guess who made that list? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Meet Kevin Mitnick, the most wanted hacker in FBI history. Kevin Mitnick, born August 6, 1963, and died July 16, 2023. But his story really begins in the 80s, in sunny Los Angeles, where a young Kevin wasn't out playing baseball or trading Pokemon cards. Because, well, Pokemon wasn't a thing yet. Instead, at age 12, he figured out how to ride the city bus for free using a hole punch card system. That's right. While other kids were mowing lawns for pocket change, this dude was already committing cybercrimes before cybercrime was even a word. Fast forward to age 17, and Mitnick had leveled up. He wasn't just hacking bus rides anymore. He was breaking into the computer networks of Motorola, IBM, and Nokia. Basically, if you had a tech company in the 90s, there was a 50-50 chance Mitnick had already rummaged through your files like a raccoon in your digital trash can. Naturally, the FBI wasn't too thrilled. They put out a nationwide manhunt for him, kicking off what can only be described as the geekiest game of cat and mouse ever. Think Catch Me If You Can. But instead of forging checks, he was stealing data. And instead of Leonardo DiCaprio, you got a dude in glasses with a dial-up connection. And let's be honest, the FBI chasing a hacker in the 90s is like your grandpa trying to reset his Wi-Fi router. It took them forever. They finally caught Mitnick in 1995, but not because the FBI was particularly smart. Nope, he got snitched on by another hacker. Talk about betrayal. This is why you never trust nerds. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, which in hacker time is like 10 iPhone generations. But here's where it gets hilarious. After getting out in 2000, Mitnick didn't just disappear, he flipped the script. He became a cybersecurity consultant, teaching companies how to protect themselves from hackers like himself. That's like the Joker getting a job at Arkham Asylum, giving therapy sessions. So, the moral of the story? If you're gonna hack, at least be good enough to get hired for it later. And maybe, just maybe, don't piss off the FBI. Gary McKinnon, the man who thought the X-Files were real. All right, show of hands, who here believes in UFOs? No one? Oh, come on. I know at least some of you binge-watched the X-Files and started questioning things. But don't worry, I've got a story that'll either convince you or make you question how bad US cybersecurity used to be. Meet Gary McKinnon, a British hacker, born on February 10th, 1966 in Glasgow, Scotland. In 2001, he decided that the best way to uncover the government's alien secrets wasn't through Freedom of Information requests or storming Area 51. Nope, he just went full hacker mode and straight up broke into NASA and US military computers for 13 months. Yeah, while you were still figuring out how to clear your MySpace top friends list without causing drama, this guy was swimming through classified files like it was a treasure hunt. He was looking for UFO evidence, and according to him, he found it. McKinnon claimed he saw a list called Non-Terrestrial Officers, which sounds like the rejected title of a Star Trek episode, and even found pictures of a spacecraft that wasn't built by human hands. Naturally, the US government wasn't too thrilled about this. They wanted to extradite him and slap him with a sentence so long he'd come out of prison in the actual future. But the UK government, led by then Home Secretary Theresa May, was like, nah mate, he's mentally unfit for extradition. Which, if you think about it, is kind of hilarious. This guy's too crazy for trial, but totally fine to hack NASA. After dodging extradition, McKinnon retired from hacking and became, wait for it, an UFO commentator. That's right, he went from most wanted cyber criminal to dude who shows up on conspiracy podcasts. What a career pivot. Moral of the story? If you're gonna hack the Pentagon, make sure your endgame is either a book deal or a documentary on Netflix. Evgeniy Bogachev, the hacker who's rich and totally not in jail. Ever wonder why your bank account sometimes loses a few bucks? Like, you swear you didn't subscribe to another streaming service, but somehow your money just vanishes? Well, it could be bad banking. Or it could be Evgeniy Bogachev, the Russian hacker who's basically the LeBron James of cybercrime. Let's rewind to 2009, back when people still believed downloading free ringtones wouldn't give their computer digital herpes. While you were trying to pirate movies without catching a virus, Bogachev was out there running Game Over Zeus, a malware program designed to yoink money straight out of people's bank accounts. And by yoink, I mean $100 million worth of yoinking. So what does a hacker do with all that stolen money? Buy a penthouse in Moscow, a villa in France, luxury cars, and get this, 3 Russian passports, one for travel, one for flexing, and one, I don't know, just for fun? Naturally, the FBI wasn't thrilled. They put a $3 million bounty on his head. But, plot twist, there's no extradition treaty between Russia and the US. So while the FBI is out here trying to catch him, Bogachev is just chilling, drinking vodka and playing video games in his mansion. And the kicker? There are rumors that he's got ties to Russian intelligence. I'm not saying he's working for the government, but if the FBI is putting millions on his capture and still can't touch him, well, you do the math. Moral of the story? If you're gonna be a hacker, make sure you've got political immunity. Albert Gonzalez, the guy who stole your credit card while you slept. Back in the day, if you wanted to rob a bank, you needed a mask, a gun, and a solid "put the money in the bag, now." But in the 2000s, Albert Gonzalez figured out a better way. Just use a keyboard. Born in 1981, Albert wasn't your stereotypical hacker. You know, the kind that lives in a basement, chugging energy drinks and never seeing daylight. Oh wait, no, actually, that's exactly what he was. He ran Shadow Crew, an online forum where people didn't just talk about stealing credit cards, they taught each other how to do it. Think Pinterest, but instead of DIY crafts, it was DIY fraud. Unfortunately for Albert, the FBI really doesn't like that kind of creativity. So, in 2004, Shadow Crew got nuked. Albert, instead of running, played the ultimate double agent move. He started working with the FBI to bust other hackers while still hacking himself. It's like cheating on a test, then snitching on other cheaters while secretly still looking at your note. And then he went big. TGX Companies and Heartland Payment Systems, 2 retail giants, and yoink, he jacked over 130 million credit cards. Ever seen weird charges on your bank statement? Yeah, that might have been Albert just sampling your funds. But karma's a speedy little thing, and the FBI busted him hard. Albert got 20 years in prison, even after trying to pull the old "I have a mental illness" defense. The judge looked at him like, dude, every hacker has a mental illness. That's not new. And off to jail he went. Moral of the story, if you want to steal money from banks, become a bank. Nobody arrests those guys. Adrian Lamo, the homeless hacker who played both sides. All right, folks, you know how Hollywood always shows hackers? Darkroom, neon lit screens, fingers flying across the keyboard like they're playing Beethoven's Fifth, and 2 minutes later, boom, FBI is knocking. But Adrian Lamo? Yeah, he didn't have a room. Dude was literally a homeless hacker. Born in 1981, Adrian wasn't hacking for money or world domination. No, he was hacking to prove how stupid corporate security was. Yahoo, Bank of America, Citigroup, the New York Times. He hacked them all, then emailed them a friendly heads up. Imagine robbing a bank and then leaving a post-it note saying, "Hey, your vault kinda sucked. Love, Adrian." FBI must have been like, do we arrest this guy or hire him? Lamo lived like a cyber nomad, carrying his laptop around, hacking from wherever he could. Coffee shops, libraries, public restrooms. Seriously? The dude could sit next to you on a bus, hack your bank account, and Venmo himself your lunch money before you even noticed. Then came 2009, the Chelsea Manning betrayal. Manning leaked classified US government files, and Adrian, instead of high-fiving them, turned them in. Some called him a snitch, others a patriot. Either way, in 2018, he mysteriously died. Nobody knows why. Moral of the story? If you're gonna be a hacker, pick a side and maybe get a house. Jeanson, James, Ancheta, the guy who herded 400,000 digital sheep. Ever wanted to control an army of mindless robots like you're in a sci-fi movie? Well, Jeanson, James, Ancheta kinda did that, except instead of Terminators, He had 400,000 infected computers. Sounds cool, huh? Back in 2004 to 2005, Ancheta, a proud member of Botmaster Underground, which sounds like a bad garage band, built a massive zombie computer army. But he wasn't hacking for fun or some noble cause. Nope, he was selling access to cybercriminals. Need a botnet to send spam about sketchy weight loss pills? Want to launch a DDoS attack on your ex's website? Just hit up Ancheta, competitive pricing, customer satisfaction guaranteed, until the FBI knocks. And he didn't just target clueless internet users downloading pirated movies. No, he went big. Like, let's hack the US Navy and the Department of Defense. Big. FBI was like, oh, you want to play? And they played real hard. 17 charges later, Ancheta was looking at 4 to 6 years in prison, a $15,000 fine, and an oops my bad refund for all his ill-gotten gains. Moral of the story? If you're going to commit cybercrime, maybe don't hack the US military. Anonymous, the league of people with too much free time. Have you ever thought of maybe I should do something productive, only to end up watching cat videos for 3 hours? Well, meet Anonymous, the people who had the same thought. But instead of cat videos, they took down Russia's government websites, Visa, MasterCard, and a cult that worships aliens. It all started in 2003 on 4chan, that wonderful place where your childhood innocence goes to die. From there, Anonymous emerged, with the guy Fox Mask as the group's symbol. In 2008, they looked at the Church of Scientology and went, censoring the internet? Oh no, buddy. Then came 2010, when they took on PayPal, Visa, and MasterCard. You're blocking donations to WikiLeaks? Well, here's a DDoS attack for you. And boom, the world had to use cash like it was 1985 again. 2015, after the Paris attacks, they declared war on ISIS. Then in 2022, Anonymous went, hold my beer, and took on Russia, leaking military documents and crashing government websites, leaving officials in a full-blown panic. So, are they digital age Robin Hoods or just a bunch of internet trolls with a mission? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, they will never hack your mom's Facebook. Park Jin-hyuk, when North Korea decided to be the fast and furious of hackers. Okay, if you think hackers are just nerds in basements typing like they're composing Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, well, you're not wrong. But Park Jin-hyuk isn't your average keyboard warrior. He's a state-sponsored hacker. Meaning, if James Bond had Q, North Korea had Park Jin-hyuk. Except instead of making spy cars, this guy hacked Sony Pictures because Hollywood made fun of his boss. It all started in 2014, when Sony thought it'd be funny to roast North Korea's supreme leader in a movie. And you know what happens when you mock a supreme leader? That's right, a cyber attack of epic proportions. Sony got hacked, thousands of emails leaked, and Hollywood freaked out like they just found out Tom Cruise is actually 5 feet 5 inches. Then in 2017, Park went bigger. He was behind WannaCry ransomware, the virus that locked millions of computers worldwide, demanding Bitcoin ransoms. And, like every great action flick, he also pulled off a legendary heist, $81 million stolen from Bangladesh's central bank. Who needs tanks when you can just buy them with crypto? Where is he now? Oh, still doing his thing under North Korea's protection, living that hacker life with government backing. Meanwhile, we're all out here swiping our credit cards, hoping our bank accounts don't suddenly vanish into the void. Mikhail Matveev, when a hacker decided to be the FBI prankster. Ever seen someone steal your wallet, wave at you, and then post a selfie with it? Yeah, welcome to the story of Mikhail Matveev, aka Wazawaka, Boriseltsin, probably the only hacker in history who literally hacked the FBI in every way possible. It all started in 2019 when Mikhail got bored of regular hacking and decided to become the main villain in the FBI's action movie. He didn't just run some of the world's biggest ransomware groups like Hive, Lockbit, Babuk. He also had the audacity to taunt the FBI on social media. Yup, while the FBI was busy tracking him down, Matveev was out here, tweeting at them like a kid who just stole cookies but still sits right in front of grandma. His damage? Unmeasurable. Businesses worldwide got shut down and ransom money poured into his accounts like he just won the Powerball jackpot. But the FBI wasn't having it. They put a bounty on his head, $10 million, which means if you accidentally run into Mikhail and snitch, you could retire on a private island and live like a real-life king. But did they catch him? Nope, because he's still chilling in Russia, probably sipping vodka and laughing at the FBI. For all we know, he's playing Flappy Bird on an FBI server right now. And that's a wrap on the world's most wanted hackers. So, what did we learn today, kids? If you mess with governments, they will find you, eventually, unless you're really, really good at hiding. These hackers went from keyboard warriors to international fugitives, proving that hacking isn't just about free Netflix accounts. It can crash economies, expose secrets, and make world leaders lose sleep. The moral? If you're gonna be a hacker, maybe just stick to changing your grades or stealing Wi-Fi. Less jail time, more Netflix. Oh, and one more thing. Like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any of the next lessons, kids. School's out.